Hey Genderqueer Chat, Joe here. It's Thursday night, so making this video in advance for tomorrow. Look who's here, Eli. Eli, you want to say hi? Eli's my $1 million kitty again this week. He's Eli's almost 17 years old, and I think he's older than some of the people on this channel. He was born in 1995, four, I can't remember. He's hyperthyroid, so he's on this new food, which was $65 for 24 cans. Don't even get me started. I love this little guy. Now, you're going to settle down while I make my video? This week's topic, very good one. Actually, there are two topics, and I haven't decided which one to do, so I'll probably do both. I'm going to start off with holidays, otherwise known as holidays, if you remember last December's. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus. I don't have my glasses on, sorry. Look, I'm doing this. What are the holidays like for you? Do you spend them with relatives or chosen family? Do they know about your genderqueer identity? Do they respect your identity? What is your favorite holiday dish? Cole's video this week really touched me because it's very much like my life used to be, which was very, very Christian family, a lot of judgment being flung around, a lot of discomfort of having to... it was just always kind of ugly. Not to mention I come from an alcoholic family, so somebody was always... Christmas always had a very bad taste in my mouth. Some idiot drunk, a lot of drama. So in 2000, I stopped celebrating Christmas. I stopped celebrating all Hallmark holidays. Like, just done. Like, I just stopped. Sorry, no. People say you want to come over for dinner. No, thanks. I don't celebrate the holidays. And... to this day, it's difficult to, people like to argue, they don't believe it they don't get it. When they ask me why, I say I'm not Christian, I don't celebrate Christian holidays. They go, Christmas isn't Christian. And I say, okay, well it was for me, and that's, that's not what I do. So typically I travel over the holidays. And this year, something awesome happened, which was my old grade 6 best friend. We've reconnected on Facebook over the last few years. His name is Raphael. We are going to Florida, just on a lark. We decided on Monday, so I have no money saved. And he wants to go gay clubbing in Key West, and we were laughing because I said he wants to stay at this resort for gay men, and I'm like not a gay man, and yeah, I can't stay there. So he may stay there, and I may stay elsewhere. We haven't decided yet. Totally free and easy hippie road trip, Thelma and Louise the whole way. Like, we're laughing our socks off because I'm so excited. So we're leaving on Friday. Next Saturday, a week from tomorrow. If you're watching this today, then a week from today. The 24th, we're leaving. So I'm extremely excited about that. I've historically liked to travel on the holidays. I can think of at least 3 or 4 separate December 25th when I was on the road, like for 8 or 9 hours, or eating at a truck stop a couple years ago in Savannah, Georgia, with a bunch of truckers. And one year in how do you pronounce it? Mobile, Alabama. My friend, there was nothing open, and my traveling companion and I, she had food poisoning from a gas station burrito. That's the only food we could find anywhere. It's crazy good times. So I'm really looking forward to this winter. I found my friend is going to cat sit for me, so I'm so grateful about that. And Eli's on a new food, which means he doesn't need to pill every day like he was getting, and I was getting a little anxious about that because it's hard to find a cat sitter, let alone someone who can pill a cat. So, my family, my immediate family, as you might know, my sister, my mother, and my father, we're all pretty close. We're clanishly close. Extended family, not so much really. I have a lot of religious wingnuts in my family. I'm sorry if that's an offensive term, but that is what they are. My one aunt one time drove us somewhere, and we got in her car and we were cringing at the bumper stickers. I remember one of her bumper stickers said, "Equal rights for unborn women." And the other one said, "Rush is right." This was back in the 90s for Rush Limbaugh or something. So yeah, I come from a Bible-banging family, and I just choose not to spend time with them. And I'm not resentful or angry, I choose to I don't like to be in a situation where I'm uncomfortable. So flat out, I'm not going to put myself in a situation that's uncomfortable. Not for anything, and not for anyone. Like, it's just not going to happen because life is too precious. Life is way too short, The second question, what time are we at here? Oh, we're doing good. The second question was, do you ever... Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Do you ever question your genderqueer identity? Do you ever feel not genderqueer enough or too trans? Do you have conflicting identities or identities you feel are conflicting? There's 2 things here. I think one is, do I ever feel not genderqueer enough? Sometimes, a little bit on this channel. Because I see all the other members of the channel, and everybody is in various forms of queerdom the way they express themselves physically is, you know, falls on different parts of the scale. And I just look like a girl. There's really not much that I do to fight that. I mean, I don't wear makeup and I don't wear feminine clothing, but I don't fight the look, I guess, so hard. And as a result, I am perceived female all the time, except for that one time somebody called me sir, which was, I think, a vibe thing. And because I'm perceived female, and because I also don't actually mind the pronoun she. I've been called she all my life. When someone calls me he, it gives me a little cheap thrill or whatever as a mistake. I don't think of myself as a he. I guess I prefer they and stuff like that. I do prefer I prefer easy gender neutral pronouns that roll off the tongue. And I find z and zer and zim and ooh, and I find those very difficult to master. So that is not, I don't care for that for myself, and I would never expect someone to use those terms to describe me. So I'm comfortable with she, which puts me, I guess, in a place where I don't feel as genderqueer as the other people. I know what's in my heart and my head. Like, I know what I am, and I am genderqueer. I don't need for it to be kind of as, it's not a public thing for me, it's a personal thing, I guess is the best way to describe it. And it's not about being perceived one way, it's about me feeling good in my own skin with a name to describe me. I think I said this in previous videos. When I was about 26, I discovered the term adult children of alcoholics. And that was a term I don't think I'd ever really heard it in my life, but I remember reading a book and it just, there was they called it a laundry list. You can Google laundry list ACOA if you want to. And there's 19 or 20 qualities of things that I had trouble with my whole life. Things like trouble with authority, or tendency to confuse pity with love. Love those you pity, pity those you love. Like just things like this. Tending to be super responsible or super irresponsible. And the more I just read these things and the more they rang true for me, and the more I realized, oh my God, there's a word to describe me. It was such a profound shift in my life when I discovered that I'm an adult child of an alcoholic, and that's pretty much sums up what's wrong with me. And when I discovered the word genderqueer, it was the exact same effect. It was like, that's pretty much what's right with me. That's pretty much exactly how I am, what's in here, what's in here. So I was very grateful to learn that word. Having embraced the genderqueer community as I have in this last year, I can't believe it's been a year and 2 months since I've been on this channel. And it was probably another good year before that I had embraced the word genderqueer. Like I said, I've met so many trans people in the last year. You know, I didn't really know. I know a few trans people in my real life, but no personal, real, like, true friends or anything like that. By the way, do you remember last summer I went to Victoria, BC? I went to a lesbian wedding, and I was telling you guys on one of my videos, probably the one from my car, no, maybe the one a few days later, that I had met a trans person at the wedding named Billy. And it was a lesbian wedding, and a lot of them are kind of lesbian separatists, and they kept calling Billy she. And I guess Billy had lived in the lesbian community for a long time, and never once did I call Billy she. From the moment I met them, I called him him. I just got a very masculine vibe. In fact, I guess I knew he was trans, but I guess I don't even know. I think that when I first met him, I probably thought it was a man. And sure enough, Billy is a man. So anyway, Billy just put on his Facebook that he's getting tea starting in January. So he's extremely excited about it. And I'm extremely excited for him because he lives in Alberta, and I didn't think that province, Alberta is Canada's Texas, right? Like it's the redneck province or whatever. And anyway, I'm just glad to hear, like, my instincts were correct on that, because I definitely got mail out of Billy, and I was surprised that his lesbian friends were not on board with that, or not, you know, just referring to him as she. I just didn't get it. How did I get off topic? Do I have conflicting identities, or identities that I feel are conflicting? Sometimes I catch myself saying things like, I'm a girl, or, oh, the only female in my department, or I say things all the time to indicate that I am a woman, which is true biologically. I never feel 100% right saying that. I think I've said this in a previous video too. Let me see the time. I don't like saying that I'm a girl or that I'm a woman, but I guess I've said it for so long that it kind of rolls off the tongue. And you know, in conversation, I'll say things like, well, I don't really fall, you know, on either end of the gender binary spectrum, and then people usually give me a look, and I say, well, you know, I'm in the gray area or whatever, or then I start to explain. I think I was saying recently, I told my boss recently that I'm genderqueer. I didn't use the word genderqueer. I said I don't consider myself to be female. I don't feel that I fall on that end of the spectrum, and he kind of just shook his head. I love razzing my boss. You have no idea what a cheap thrill this gives me. By the way, my boss and I play Words with Friends or whatever. If you play that game, feel free to get me. It's like a Scrabble game. This is Words with Friends. And my boss and I play all the time, and you can chat each other in it. And I was saying to him recently, because he just came back from Florida, and I said, I'm going to Florida. And I said, and then I texted him, I'm going gay clubbing in Key West. And then he didn't respond. And I thought, you know what? You need to know that you need your little worldview shattered. You do. You need to know that there's these things go on out there, and it kind of makes me laugh. Okay, so I guess that's it. I will do a video next week, but I will not be here on December 30th. I will be in Florida, and I don't expect I will have stable internet. Who knows, because we're hoboing it. Raphael and I are going to totally hobo it. We may be camping. We may be staying at a cheap motel. We don't know. I think he has friends in Miami. I don't know. I feel like there's something I'm missing. What else was I supposed to say? Shout out to all of my fabulous commenters. Thank you guys all for commenting. You know, every week I feel like I have more to say, and I don't, but it's okay. I'm going to wrap it up because it's time to wrap it up. And I want you guys to all have a fabulous holiday and enjoy the rest of the week. See ya.